Hi, it's Xavier again from Expressions. Well, who else is it going to be? I keep saying that. I might just say it's Xavier. It's a windy day, so I don't know how that's going to affect the sound, and I won't know until I do the editing. Blown that over though. But what I was going to do is show you. Oh, no, I'm not going to be doing a video today because we've got lawn mowing going on in the background. I was going to show you what happens when experiments don't work. But I'll have to wait for that. Oh well. Speak to you later. So we're back. The lawn mowing seems to be finished for now. I'm sure it'll start in about 2 minutes time. But anyway, I was just talking to you about what can happen. Well, actually, when what doesn't happen. I've had this crab apple for 6 years, and it was terrible roots. And sometimes you take a punt. The majority of this here has died off, but I've got a little shoot here, so I'm going to have a little look and see if I can salvage anything from this. It's a waste of that pot anyway, so we'll have a look. And as I say, wind. I quite like trying stuff, especially when you've got unusual root designs or just got no idea what to do with it, to be honest. This was actually a crab apple which I found in a nursery. Again, bargain basement, so I didn't pay particularly much for it. Typical rock that really serves no purpose. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I think originally I was going to try and do a semi-cascade, but it was these roots. All the health was actually on these. I think that's broken. I wonder though, there's green on the end of that. I may well, actually I know what I'm going to do. Gosh, that's funny. Right, so the new plan, because it actually looks like it's got some nice roots on there, is to literally find myself a nice little pot and plant that. So I'll do that in a second. But there you go, something's come from it. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time on that. So what have we got left? That's broken. Now, there you go. There's one bud on there, which suggests, if you look at the colour, this is me, discoloration here, you've definitely got some green here. It looks greener anyway. There is some healthy root down here. This is all dead, and I'll probably put that down to my incredibly technically versed and well skilled cutback. That was definitely before I learnt about collars and everything. It's nice because the dead zone has formed its own collar as well. So yeah, that's dead. I'm not going to do. I could do some. Yeah, okay. It's elastic and dead. Okay, that's nice. Put that in a potpourri, so it doesn't stink, does it? So what have we got? Oh, down there, some orables. Oh, I know what that is. That's orable mites. Oh, it's full of them. That might have been contributory to what happened there, actually. I don't know if you see that white powder. I don't think that's that beneficial fungus, that's for sure. I've got a funny feeling that's those horrible bugs. So anyway, we'll sort that out. Get rid of a few. Because I'm going to have a go at that. No idea whether anything happened, but there's another little bud in there as well, if you have a look in there. A little red there. So I'm going to give that a clean out. There's a horrible root under there, we don't want that one. It doesn't have to support much, so I can probably be quite rude with these. This is definitely a case of if it doesn't make it, it's not an awful lot lost. Who knows? who knows, if I let, now what I will do with this one, if I have any hope, is hopefully there's a live, well look, there definitely looks green in there. I'm just going to let that go for a good few years. So what you want this to grow 3-4 foot tall, because you want that to be nice and thick, so that when I cut this back you can get some nice taper, and then I'll take one of the other branches and go like that. So I'm just going to wash this white rubbish out. But yeah, so out of that disaster I've got 2 mini disasters, but at least there's hope. So never give up, explore things even when you're convinced they're dead. So there you go, its own little pot, and that one too. I washed all the white stuff off, give it a good water and see what happens. I shall do that now. I'll be doing a good old catwalk display with the Trident Maples shortly, but I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of how they're looking at the moment. All out lovely. In fact, they're just before I'm going to need to prune off some of the stronger growing tips. Yeah, they're looking really nice. Now I'll turn this corner, I call this my maple corner. Some more tridents there. And then a selection of all sorts there. All sorts. But they're so nice when they come out and leaf. Just really, really nice. You'll get a better look at those. That one. Beautiful in that Dawn Isaac pot. Really, really nice. Anyway, that'll be for the catwalk in a couple of weeks, if you're interested. And here's Chinese Elm row. I'm trying to group everything together so that when people want to come and look at a certain thing, then I could just take them to the right section. But quite a lot of elms, all looking really, really healthy and nice. A few other things amongst there as well. But yeah, that'll be another catwalk. So that was that little nursery reject that I got in 2016. It's just a leggy whip. At least now it's got a little bit of something to it. Still don't know where I'm going with it. And that larch, that is just incredible. Can't wait to get that out of the washing up bowl next year. I think that's going to be really, really glorious. The last of the flowering Escalonia, I think that's Escalonia. Beautiful red flowers on it. Again, found that down at Downtown Nursery in the throwaway sale. I think I got it for a couple of quid. I love it. The raised bed now, as I say, when everything's out in leaf, it's just packed, but it still looks tidy enough. Soon enough those maples are going to spread everywhere, I know, and the ash will be out. And, yeah, but oh well. And then more of the project cuttings. I've shown them before, I know, but it's great to see these tridents with the leaves starting to go. I will let them run. Because what I want is loads of roots down there to grip all the rock that's hopefully going to form such a beautiful, beautiful bonsai in a few years' time. So back to my favourite place in the bottom of the garden. It's such a treat to be able to actually have the time to now start looking at these cuttings. As I said, I'm sure I've pointed them out to you, but these are now 2-3 years on. Needs to get a lot thicker, so I've now definitely got a basic shape. I don't want to skip that, but I'm going to let these go this year. Really feed them up, lots of fertilizer, and see if we can get some more trunk development. So this one, forgotten, it looks like it's on a rock. So all I've done is with a lot of these I've removed a lot of the lower growth, because there's not going to be anything. I want everything to be growing from the tips. We've got all sorts here, a couple of these, and these these thicker ones, they'll have just been branch cuttings that have rooted well. Some of them don't root, but there's some very, very interesting shapes in there, and some of these I know I'm not going to let get much bigger than small to MAME size, marmite size. But I'm now just being a lot more careful and removing a lot of the lower growth so that any energy that is used going in the direction I want it to go. So there's quite a few here. So I think that's cork bark. Yeah, so there's some cork bark elms. Yeah, so I will just continue to grab them, clean them up. There's a stone on that, and we know what the stones tell me. It tells me that it's either a rock, or actually looking at that, the shape of it means that I'm actually got it growing over the top of the rock. I don't think there's root on rock in there. So we'll have a look. Don't want that lower branch. We don't want that one there. And as I say, I'm just going to eliminate anything where I don't want growth coming from at all. I want it all to concentrate on really padding out here. This one probably won't get much taller. Cleaning it up, I mean, to be fair, I don't need to. I mean, last year I didn't actually do any cleaning up, but I don't want it to run too much in some direction, so just cut it back. But don't always get it right, don't always get the direction right. As I say, I've just got smaller ones. These were cuttings from I think a year. I think that's 2 years, so a lot of the big ones are 3 years ago. And this is what I'm talking about, being self-sufficient. You know, it's going to take a good few more years before I've got them rotating. That the 3-year ones are, I need them to be at least 4 or 5 years. So that, well, actually here's an example. This one's one of the, I think it's been in the ground and also in the pot. So that's a 5-year cutting. And that has just reached a stage where if you saw it in a bonsai pot, you'd consider buying it probably. It's got just over a pencil thickness on the trunk. It's got a nice shape. In fact, it's got a better shape than a lot of what you would see. There's a lot more to that. So that's the sort of levels I want them at. I've got another one here, similar, and these are all cuttings. Just allowed to grow on. I'm going to let those 2 shoots run out, get some more thickness here, and I want this one here to just run. In years gone past I have been a little bit too heavy on pruning, and of course you limit the size the tree is going to be and the ability of it to actually put any sort of girth on it. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to continue to work my way through those. So happy bonsaiing from the bottom of the garden. Cheers. Just love this. It was something given to me by my daughter. She found it in a charity shop. The Fair Dinkum Aussie Barometer. I love it. If the string is wet, it's raining. If the string is dry, it's not raining. I'll let you read through the rest of those as you go through. The sun is out at the moment. I think we're on the string cast no shadow. It's cloudy. Oh, it's moving, so there must be, the string is swaying, so it's definitely windy. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Got a few more things to do today. I'm sorting out plant pots. And also yesterday my son managed to clear away a load of stuff from beside the sheds and everything, so I've now got to sort through loads of pots, sort out the ones that are broken that I'm not going to use again, and try and sort this so I actually, one, know what pots I've got available to me to use, but also get rid of the rubbish that is just clogging up and giving the spiders, especially my ninja spiders, somewhere to live. On the left side of the property, got to do a little bit more fencing repair and try and make it more friendly to keep cats out. Not that that ever works, to be honest, but I ask and try. Yeah, so a bit of a mixed bag to do today. Right, So how are we with these? I noticed certainly, I don't know if you can see here, the wire has dug right in at that top part, so there's a lot of growth going up there, and you see it from shoots here. Looking around the rest of the branches, it doesn't appear to have been the same amount. There's a little bit of digging in here. So unfortunately we have got some scarring, and it's because the branches don't grow equally around the whole thing, but you have to keep an eye on it. So that's all coming off. We are going to have an unsightly scar here, but it puts on tissue pretty quickly, so we'll see how we go with it. So I'm not going to bore you with too much of this, but I'll show you a bit of time lapse, then we'll skip on to the pruning. Now the difficulty you've got when it's actually dug in is you know you're going to expose some flesh. You've just got to try and do as little damage as you can. We're just about to get to that point. Some people just let it stay in and let the tissue grow over it. It's not my way. Sometimes what you have to do is just very carefully unwind it. Just slowly unwind it through there, and off it comes. Patience is a virtue on this one, definitely. Try and support the rest of the tree when you do it. And there's some lovely grape marks in there. Just here. I'm not sure whether you can see or not, but it's definitely the thickness of the wire, and there's some green there, so we're going to get some scarring there. But as I say, on these trees it can sometimes look pretty good. I'm not overly fussed. It's still young. It should hopefully do a lot of growing out, and at the same time I can double check and just make sure that our little scale monsters aren't going to town on it. What is good to see is definitely got some shoots coming through here. Nice shoot tips on each of the. Oh, that'd be the sound of James cutting. I think what I was saying with these tips coming up, it's showing it's nice and healthy and it's ready to push. I'm going to let it push actually before I do any more pruning, but clearly that was the message to me to say it's already put on a bit of tissue weight. If I leave that wire on for the rest of the push, it's going to really scar badly. So it's just looking at the signs that the tree's giving you. And thankfully I had an alarm go off on my bring up diary for this, so I knew I was in the zone for potential scarring on the bark. As I say, you know, we've got some odd shapes here. The wire hasn't helped really, but the main wiring I was looking for was this, to keep that shape there. This may well later in the year get wired back down again, or I may actually remove the branch entirely and that become a cutting. So, who knows. Anyway, that's really all I'm going to show you from there. Obviously I've got the same problem with this bigger one, which I am annoyed about. The rest of it looking round, but there's no marks or anything, but what I didn't do is check it properly, and if you look at the main, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, certainly within the main structure there, it's bitten right into the depth, just there. So there's a couple of little places on that one, and it's going to take me, as I say, probably another 45 minutes to get the wire off that. But again, lots of budding coming on throughout, so that'll be right for pruning, probably another 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, I'm sure that's bored you enough for now. This will tack on to something that'll probably happen in 2 weeks' time. Ciao.